Okay, sorry, I got cut off. Number 22, or 22 is a little bit different than the other ones, but let's go with this one. Let's make this bigger. Okay. Financial literacy. It says Kate invested $100,000 into 3 different accounts. If she invested $30,000 more in account A than account C and is expected to earn $6,300 in interest, how much did she invest in each account? Okay, so account A is 4% interest, so 0.04A. And then account B is 0.08B. And account C is 0.10. You don't have to write the 0C. So 4%, 6%, or I'm sorry, 4%, 8%, 6. So a percent of the amount she put in is her total amount of interest that she's going to get. Okay, so she invested $100,000 into these accounts. She put $100,000 between A, B, and C. That's just amounts. We always have an amount equation. You'll see this pattern over and over. And it said if she invested $30,000 more in account A than account C, so account A, it would be the same thing as if she took account C and had $30,000. Like I said, for these ones, come up with fake numbers. Make A 70,000. Then what would C have to be? 40,000. Does that sound right? Does account A have 30,000 more dollars than account C? Yeah. So just do a fake example and see if it's the logic goes with the question. It says she's expected to earn $6,300. So if she gets 4% off of account A, 8% off account B, and account C, and you total them up, you should get $6,300. Okay? It's always gonna be 3 equations: amount, money or percent, and then comparison. So every time, same thing again, every time you see an A, replace it with C plus 30,000. Replace it with C plus 30,000. To see all that math, go to the classwork section in chapter 3, part 1, and I have a whole sheet with all the work on this. So here, I'll show you what it looks like. Go to classwork. Go down to part 1, systems, homework answers. Here. So each piece of paper is, oh, there we go. So here's all the work. There's me substituting it in, and getting the first amount, second amount, and third amount. Okay. So if you need to see all the work, it's right up here. See, I show you even how to distribute, clean it up. So then I have these 2 systems of equations. Then here, I'm like, okay, I have a B here, and I have a 0.8B here, so I'll multiply this by a negative 0.08. And that's how I get these 2 equations. And then I got C was 25,000, and then I just replaced everything else. Okay, all right, let's do the last one in the book. It's also in your review guide. It says Ramon usually gets one of the routine maintenance options at Annie's garage. Today, however, he needs a different combinations of what's listed. So up in the picture, this is what I don't like about the textbook. Your equations are coming from this picture. Oil change, radiator flush is $29.99. Brake pads B plus oil change is $39.99. Oil change plus R plus B is $49.99. So that's where those equations are coming from, that picture. And then it says, okay, he needs a new combination. So he needs to figure out oil, radiator flush, and brake pads, like what they each would be. And then make a new combination. And says if he wants brake pads replaced and his radiator flushed, how much would that be? Okay, so here, you just gotta get O or R or B by itself, doesn't matter. So let's say we pick the top. If we get O by itself, we just move R to the other side. So O represents $29.99 minus R. Then anytime you see an O, you replace it with $29.99 minus R. And then you solve the system like normal. So you go, whoop. I don't know if that's the one I used on the answer sheet, but you'll still get the same results. Clean it up, solve the system. Let me check real quick. I got an email about, let's see. Oh, okay. So somebody wants me to go over in the notes. In the notes, there's a page with word problems. And it's a lot like of the problems that are in your homework, because when we didn't have all the textbooks and technology, I want students to be able to work on some of their homework problems if they got ahead. So I just put some of them in the notes. So I'll go over a few problems that aren't in your textbook. So if you want extra practice, there's some right here. So let's go to this page in your notes. You can pause the video for a minute to find it. It says Billy's restaurant ordered 200 flowers for Mother's Day. They ordered carnations at $1.50 each. They ordered roses at $5.75 each. And they ordered daisies at $2.60 each. It says they ordered mostly carnations and 20 fewer roses than daisies. So whatever daisies is, you add 20 to roses, and that's what you get for daisies. The total came to 58 or 558, 589.50. Okay, so always when I see money, I'm like $1.50 per carnation, $5.75 for roses, $2.60 for daisies, and it's money, money, money to equal money. Then you know you have an amount. You have an amount of carnations, you have an amount of roses, and you have an amount of daisies. And that's 200 flowers, they said. So you have to break down to the types. So same thing again. Daisies equals roses plus 20. Well, if we have 20 fewer roses, and pick a big number. Let's say I have 70 daisies. That means I'd have to have 50 roses. I just made that up. Does that make sense compared to your problem? 20 fewer roses and daisies? Yep, that works. So I did write it right. All right, now wherever you see a D for daisies, replace that D with R plus 20. Replace that D with R plus 20. So you're gonna have C plus R plus 20. You can do the same thing up here. You're gonna have 260 times the quantity R plus 20, so make sure you distribute. I have all this work done in the notes, but yeah, I didn't put it up yet. And I don't have the scanner with me because I'm not cool. Okay. But that's how you'd set it up. Let's do another one. And that one's easy. Okay, we'll do the investment accounts. It says John inherited $25,000 and invested part of it in a money marketing account. Part in municipal bonds, mutual funds. You're like, oh, what are these words? I don't know them. Somebody emailed me about an extra credit opportunity. I will put it in the grade book. If you send me what is a money market account, what are municipal bonds, and what's a mutual fund? If you can tell me what those are, type it up and send it to me, and you have to cite your sources. Okay, you have to give me the link. I don't want to see google.com, wikipedia.com. I want the direct URL link, okay? I'll give you a point per each. I'll give you some extra credit. All right, John inherited $25,000 and put it in a money marketing account, municipal bonds, and a mutual fund. So I'm going to call that money marketing, the bonds, and funds. So that's total $25,000. After 1 year, he received $1,620 in simple interest from the 3 investments. The money market was 6%. The bonds were 7%. And 8% was the mutual fund. There was $6,000 invested more into the bonds than the mutual funds. So I have bonds. So that means funds plus $600 would give you, or $6,000 would give you that. All right. So they said 6%, 7%, 8% to make that total money off of the percents. And then they have a comparison. They said that there was $6,000 more invested in bonds. So whatever you have, add a 6,000, you get bonds. Like I said, try some fake numbers. So put B in, and clean it up. So some of these word problems are in your textbook, some aren't. But how I introduce this lesson in this class is just we pick a few of these and we do them together. And then when people get a feel for them, yeah, see where I have stars, it's there in the textbook. When people get a feel for them, then we just start the textbook work, okay? Make sure you're doing your review. Make sure you're doing your word problems. This is a nice chapter to really boost up your grade because most of it's review, and I'd hate to see people lose out on those easy points. Keep emailing questions. I can keep posting videos, even though it's Friday at noon, I can keep posting. Let me know, guys.